This program is brought to you by the Genesis Communications Network, a world leader in talk radio since 1998. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Broadcasting and streaming live all across America. This is Home Talk USA with Michael King, where we will discuss topics pertaining to your home with industry-leading experts. Michael King is a licensed general contractor with more than 30 years of experience in home improvements and the author of Contracting with the King. Join us this hour for our segment Invent America with your co-host, the inventor lady, Rita Crompton. Discover what's next in the home improvement industry and explore new products and innovations. Or if you have that next great big idea, learn what it takes to bring your invention to the world as Michael King and Rita Crompton talk to America's inventors and innovators. Remember, the America of tomorrow is being invented today. We invite you to visit us at HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, we proudly present Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country, Home Talk USA, with your host, the Cajun contractor, Michael King, and his co-host, the inventor lady, Rita Crompton.
Welcome, America. I want to welcome all of my Home Talk USA radio listeners. That's now switching to hour number 2, the Invent America part of the Home Talk USA family, where we talk to inventors and entrepreneurs. And for those of you that's switching over to this show, we want to thank SureCan, and we want to thank Paintworks, two great startup companies that's really are really making a difference in our lives. And we want to thank Greg Worley with Paintworks and Brad Artikirk with SureCan. And we're going to try to get them on the Invent America show. And they got some great information to provide to us also. But it's all about education, information. And right now I'd like to welcome my sidekick, the inventor lady herself, Miss Rita Crompton. Rita, how you been doing this week?
Just fine, and I love being your sidekick. You're awesome.
Well, a lot going on. We're starting to get, all these great inventors. We're talking to them and sharing their stories, and some of these stories are really amazing. And so what this segment of Invent America is going to be about this week?
Well, this one is going to be about helping inventors understand it's more than just the patent. And, we always used to laugh and say, the inventor's original business plan was have idea, get patent, make money. And so when I get inventors early on that say, it's just so expensive to get a patent, then, okay, we need to put some parameters around that for our inventors on what is real and what is crazy.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're doing today. It's not about just getting the patent and you're going to make money, but there's a lot of times when I get an inventor, it's like, well, I've spent, I had $50,000 to do all this and I spent it all on the patent. It's like, well, for goodness sakes, find a different attorney. And right. So, I've run into that several times, but, for the inventors that are on today, it's about, okay, the hard work started after the patent issued.
Yeah. Well, I remember 3 weeks ago we did a show, a topic on the product itself, and the person was already finished, ready to put the product on the market, and then all of a sudden they were hit with a $5 million product liability policy that they needed. And it kind of reminded me, because the last hour, Mr. Brad Artikirk with SureCan, he's the one that developed that gasoline camp that's easy to, disperse gasoline and petrol products. But the point I'm making is the government agencies that's involved in that, OSHA and the EPA and the California this. I mean, so it kind of reminded me of that show we did about 3 weeks ago that thank God he was aware of all this, because that can really, really stop a young inventor, because they didn't get all that information, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's crazy how, all of a sudden, and one of the inventors I was talking to this morning, and he said, so what's next? And I said, well, it's really finding out whether or not the consumer, getting the product to a shelf, all right, is the consumer willing to pay that much difference for your product because they've got something that's much less expensive right there. And it may not do the job quite as well as yours is doing it, but if there's a big price difference, they're going to say, no, you know what? I'm going to take the easy road and the less expensive road because that improvement is not enough. Well, only the inventor with some, good dose of reality, can make the right business decisions. But if they don't know, Michael, what the questions are, they don't come up with the right answers.
Well, tell us about our guest today.
All right. So our first guest today is Pam Fivgas. I have known her for a long, long time. She is the inventor of the HangEm Straight Flag Pole. And the decorator flags, you miss part of the decoration because they're hanging at an angle. Well, for her, her invention, the HangEm Straight means they hang down straight. I love it. I use them at the hardware show all the time. And the funny part is that her father built the first prototype for her because she kept complaining about her flags always hanging crazy. But I'm going to let her tell about that and how they came up with it because she was actually holding them together with ponytail ties. So, those first prototypes, we talk about duct tape, cardboard, Legos, whatever you got handy. And she had ponytail ties. So anyway, Pam is our first guest. She does have products, so they are in the marketplace, and people can go and find them. They're really easy to use, and they're great because it's wonderful to see those beautiful designs that you paid so much money for.
Yeah. And you said you have Ron Matson, too?
Ron Matson is going to be on. He invented the trenching shovel, and it's called the Blue Viper Trenching Shovel. I've known Ron for quite a while as well. He is manufacturing, and both of them have, experiences on how difficult the marketing part is, how difficult the manufacturing is to move then the product. And, like they said, the patent was the easy part.
Wow. Well, you sound like you got a big show planned for us. Any breaking news that we need to know about? Anything else happening?
Well, we've got trade shows coming up, and we are getting excited about getting some new things for our show, our big show that comes up at the National Hardware Show. And I am working to get a guest on that is actually then representing the National Hardware Show. So we've got an expert to talk to about these, different shows that are coming up. How do you pick a great trade show? And for some inventors, it's like, no, don't go to that one. Go to this one over here. But again, understanding the risks, the reward of all the different options out there is really critical for our inventors. So we are going to do our absolute best to bring them good reality check information. And then the fun stuff, being able to, how do you pick a name? And I get say, do it like this. And they go, oh, that sounds like a good time. So we're going to talk about how do you name a product so that people can find it.
Wow.
And do it the right way. So we got a lot of really fun topics coming up.
Now, let me do this now. Now, we're going to, at the top of the hour, our last segment, we're also going to be giving information that if you have a product and you want to get it on the show and the process also, right?
That's right. If you go to inventorlady.com, it's right there on the page. It says, would you like to be a guest? And you fill out the form, and within just a few seconds of hitting the submit button, it drops into my email box.
Wow. All right, well, dance some music. We're going to come back. You're listening to the Invent America show of the Home Talk USA family right here on the Home Improvement Broadcasting Network, streaming live on the World Wide Web. We're going to take a short break, and we're going to be right back. Yay, with our first guest.
USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country. Home Talk USA with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor lady, Rita Crompton.
All right, I want to welcome all of you back. Make sure you check out our website at HomeTalkUSA.com. When you're there, you can check the Invent America segment of our show and all our archives, when we air, when we tape, all the great information. You can also check out our television show at HomeTalkTV.com. All right, Rita, well, who's our first guest?
Our first guest today is Miss Pam Fivgas. She is a retired school teacher from Colorado, and her product is called HangEm Straight Flag Pole. Thanks you so much, Pam, for being with us today. Tell everybody a little bit about HangEm Straight. I did tell them it's like, your father built your first prototype, but I knew there was a funny story going along with that, and I want you to be able to share it. So you take it away.
Okay. When I decided to do my decorative flags, when they would hang, you couldn't see the picture, you couldn't see the words, and so my dad built a pole for me out of 2 wooden dowels and screwed eyelets so that it hung perpendicular to my house so everybody could see the images and the words on my flag.
So, and then how did you put them in place?
So I used to take the dowels and I used to take ponytail elastic bands to keep the dowels together so the flag wouldn't fall off. And it fit into my regular flagpole holder, so it worked out perfectly.
Yeah. That was, we always use whatever's sitting around that we can create now with those flagpoles, and, we always laugh about our first prototypes being duct tape, cardboard, Legos. That was the first time I'd heard of ponytail ties.
Yeah, that's right. And it kept sliding out of the eyelets, so.
No kidding. So when your patent issued, did you realize when you started this that getting the patent was actually going to be easier than getting to market?
Oh, my gosh. You have a patent lawyer, and he does all the work. And so, that was the easy part. Getting it to market and beyond, that's where the work comes in.
Yeah, and it's a challenge, and I don't think people kind of have that old sentiment is like, build it and they will come, and that is not the way it works.
That is not. Believe me, that is not. You and I both know that.
Well, yeah, we do. But, people don't know how well we know each other and how long you've been coming to Inventor Roundtable meetings. So, we want to invite everybody out there who's got an idea to join us at the Inventor Roundtable meetings. They're free, and all you have to do is log on to your computer and be able to see, the different inventors who are going through this, because this trial that Pam is kind of going through right now is one that inventors share all across the nation. Right. And
I'll tell you, the Inventors Roundtable, that's where you meet all of the people that are going to get your product to market, all the experts. They're all right there for you. So take advantage of it.
Yeah. What marketing have you done? What are you doing? What are you doing to sell your product?
Well, right now, I am trying to redo my website so that it's a little bit more modern. And I'm trying to go to different independent stores that might carry flags to see if, they would put my product in the stores. And so I'm kind of trying to revamp everything that I've been doing so far to make it a little bit more updated.
Well, and I have a classic for you. It's like, what are you doing to get your patent to market? You're being on the radio. So you are going to be streaming on 8 different platforms with your product, so everybody's going to know where to go to find HangEm Straight Flag Pole.
Well, I am so excited about it because I got inventory.
Yeah.
And a lot of it.
There you go.
Get out of my basement.
There you go. All right, Pam, give everybody your website.
It is HangEmStraight.com.
And you can also find HangEmStraight.com on the Inventor Lady website. We do have a link on there that goes to Pam's website. So you will be able to go on and get a great flagpole so that everybody can see the beautiful pictures that, we buy these flags and pay money for them, and then they hang crooked. So get a HangEm Straight flagpole.
I just want to
thank them. They're great for... Oh, yep. Sorry, go ahead.
Hey, I just want to thank Pam for sharing her story. It's a great story.
It is. And she's a wonderful lady and a great inventor with a great product.
Well, thank you so much. I do have a great product.
Well, good.
Yes, you do.
What's
anyway,
that,
and
what's that website again? If you don't mind saying again.
HangEmStraight.com.
Yeah.
HangEmStraight.com. Anything else you want to leave us with before you run out of here?
Thanks so much for the opportunity.
Well, just tell your experiences. We're just trying to help. Me and the Inventor Lady is just trying to help young companies like you out to get your products out there. So,
and we really appreciate it.
Great. That was Pam Fivgas.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pam. Pam Fivgas. Thank you, Pam. All right, Rita.
Yeah.
All right, man. That was a great guess, huh? We should be taking a short break soon, but I don't hear anything happening. Maybe it's my ear going.
The funny thing was with Pam originally is that, she wanted to have them made, and this could be a whole other topic. She wanted to have her flagpoles made in America.
Yeah.
And, Michael, they wanted $175 just to drop a bunch of poles in her front yard. It was crazy. So It's like, all right, bite the bullet and go to China and get some pricing. It was going to be now $6.70 to have them shipped, boxed, and put on a pallet and delivered to her, and they were shipping the aluminum from the U.S.
Wow.
Crazy stuff.
And we're going to do a show on that, too, because if we, American manufacturers, I know that's just them basically telling her that we don't want to produce it here. When they get that crazy in price, that without really, upsetting anybody, that's how they get out of it. They just charge this ridiculous price because they're actually saying that they don't want to produce it. You follow me? So.
Right. I do. I put it on my list for another show.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to have another guest, another topic right here. We want to thank you for listening to the Invent America part of Home Talk USA. We're going to come back with another guest, another topic as we help young inventors out there to get their product to market. All right. Always support your local independent hardware stores and garden centers, and let's pledge to hire a vet today. Along with my co-host, Rita Crompton, we're going to take a short break. I'm the Cajun Man. We'll be right back. Yay!